Bitcoin has just hit an absolutely crucial zone of support. And in this very video, I want to be talking you through now what we are looking for next upon hitting this support on a week where we have some absolutely massive data releases, which is sure to bring the volatility. Hesitated a bit there because, of course, when we talk about these data releases, there is a very high probability that it causes extreme volatility and very large moves. But of course, there is no guarantee. It's just very likely to do that. So with this in mind, what I will be doing is formulating a plan with the volatility planned into my plan. So I hope that you thoroughly enjoy this video. As always, I'm just going to give you an honest, transparent view of the charts. I'm not here to deceive, hide, or trick. I'm just simply going to go through my view of the charts as a professional trader that's made multi-million dollars off of these charts, doing what I do best. And that is for you analyzing right now what is going on within this triangle. So this was obviously the triangle, as I mentioned. We've been looking at this from the very start after we put in the massive wick to the downside. The consolidation formed overall. A few weeks later, we saw the lower highs, the higher lows, ABCDE triangle breakout, but to where? The range high. That overall range high, of course, as we've been saying as well for the past few weeks, was simply at $116,000. I actually want to play very, very, very quickly for you a 20-second clip that was published around 1 week ago here on YouTube, talking you through the fake out here, because, you know, it actually went exactly as we were talking you through. I'd be saying if we do get the, break to the upside, at this point, I'm not going to be coming in and saying, oh, I'm super bullish, I'm taking a load of longs, mainly because I have a long from the low. But, I'm not going to be saying, oh, this is super bullish and take a load of longs, because a lot of people would get super bullish here and then forget that you can just get a triangle that what does what? Fake out the high, reversal. And where would be our high? It would be ultimately the bigger range here. That's the range high, right? So, I kind of do not ever look to trade the breakouts of these triangles. So I was saying, yeah, I'm definitely not going to get bullish up at these highs. Why? Because my number one trade scenario is that we come up to those range highs and essentially end in a fake out of the range high, which activates a short trade setup. And that range high, of course, at $116,000. And that fake out occurred on the 27th. So 2 days ago now. Actually, of course, if you follow over on X, I was alerting. For me, the reaction was good enough at $116,000. So there was a short trade to be entered on the swing failure pattern. And other people I can see, lovely to see, activating short trades too. But that's just to show that, these triangles, essentially, they can be viewed then as a range once they've broken out. We're not getting full bullish. We're not getting excited on the breakout. But no, we're actually waiting for the short, which is against what the majority of the world would be doing. But it is what pays, right? And that's what we're looking for here, profits. And so you can actually see here the magic line, the breakout, back test, fake out, drop. As you can see, actually, this played out very nicely as we got the rise, back test, fake out, drop. And now, as I've been saying at the start of the video, we're at a very crucial zone of support, which is the back test of that resistance of the trend line flipping into this support. I will expand upon a few more factors that we have within this zone, which makes it an even bigger level of support. But, namely, just to emphasize again, that was the range high. There we can see a very simple swing failure pattern of that range high. I'll actually show you something even more impressive here a second, because that swing failure pattern of the range high happened for me at here. You can see 705. I actually want to share something with you very quickly here, and that is the exact alert that I had. So let me just hide my face. So you can see here the alert that was triggered on the 27th of October, 2025. So you can see here, October the 27th, 2025, that alert, the high was made 6 minutes past 7. There is my alert going off, 5 minutes past 7. And you can see the alert prior to this was a day prior. And so this alert, 116,111, it was not triggered here, it was not triggered here, it was not triggered here, but it was triggered at the exact high. And this I'm just emphasizing because it truly just goes to show the importance of having your alerts ready and waiting. You can actually see that this alert was created on the 14th of October. So we were waiting from the 14th of October all the way to the 27th of October for that alert to go off. And then again, that alert was triggered on this very candle here. The alert went off and then was instantly back down below. And at that point, that's where I'm saying here, right? the reaction is good enough, because really simply what happened is we come above the level, we come back down below the level. And for me, that was enough. As soon as we saw that, short entry, stop loss set, well, of course, we can all see that the reaction has been absolutely wonderful in terms of downside movement. But, that just goes to show that when you have the plan for the fake out, when you understand what you're looking for, when you have your alert set at the exact level that you should have your alert set for, you don't even need to be at the computer per se. You have the alert go off, you see the alerts being triggered, you're back down below 116k. Well, you've clearly seen a swing failure pattern of what? The overall range high, which is a very significant level. And then of course, yesterday's price action, I'll show you here. When we talk about predictions, this is a higher term time frame prediction down to the lower term time frame charts. So you can actually see here, yesterday looking for a move up to around the CC before coming for this back test. And this was yesterday's price action coming up into the daily naked point of control CC value area high before coming back down to where. So you can see the predictions on the higher term time frame, fake outs, lower term time frame, day trades, they're not to the dollar, let's say, but they're very, 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 very accurate predictions that you can have within this market. So yeah, that's what we like to do here at Chart Champions. Anyway, from here, where we are now, that was a little 5-minute walkthrough of what we've had so far. I always think it's very important to build up that context. So swing failure pattern at the high, that led into a third touch setup. It also had a CCV setup yesterday, and that's ended on a back test of our triangle. So what are we looking at next? Well, for me, there's a few crucial things that we need to be aware of. Number one, as I've already talked you through, we have some very big data releases this week. The biggest one arguably going to be today, right? So really around 6 p.m. UK time, we have another Fed interest rate decision. So it's going to be a very nice conference to pay attention to. Then minor, we have GDP growth rate, and then I would say another minor one coming in with, another 12:30 data release. But the biggest one is going to be today, in my opinion. Nevertheless, we got some nice big bits of data. And again, I'm not bothered about what the number is of that data. All I care about is the time that it will be released. Because again, you could have a really bullish number and the market drops, and you can have a really bearish number and the market rises. So in my opinion, the number is not what's important. What's important is knowing when the data is dropped, because that just increases the likelihood of a big move. Okay. And again, it's a 50-50 in terms of which way that move will go. And so we're not interested in trying to, take a trade 1 minute before the data and guess the direction. What we're doing is we are planned of when that data is released. If it causes a large drop to the downside, we're ready and waiting for longs. And if it causes a large rise to the upside, we are ready and waiting for shorts. That way, we are not trading the 50-50 probability. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to take a trade and then hope I get it right. No, we're going to wait for the high probability off of that volatility into a good level of support resistance to take a trade. Like that is the serenity, that is the way you should be trading, right? And it is anything other than a gamble. Anything other than a gamble. I truly mean this. For me, trading is not gambling. This is a skill. I mean, how can it be gambling when we do these predictions, that are really respected also accurately time and time again? The market is not random. The market is very, very, very controlled and very nice. So anyway, here we are at a very big level of support. So what do we have in terms of a little bit lower, which we could look for in terms of if we are to see a larger move to the downside on these data releases causing new lows? Well, what can we be looking down for? Well, I think we have a few important levels. Of course, the overall anchored VWAP, and we could be looking at our latest impulsive anchored VWAP to the upside, right? So these are, for me, two very important levels. On top of that, we're going to be looking at the bigger range point of control. So we're going to take our fixed range tool, and we're going to look at the point of control of this range. You can see both of this is coming in between let's call it $110,000 and $111.2 thousand. So $111,200 is your range point of control. That value area low, which is on the middle of the range, coming in slightly below that, around $109,000. So what do I do in these types of scenarios? Well, what I like to do is place alerts. I like to place alerts on the levels. So just as I've already shown you, perfectly had the alert placed for $116,100, which was the exact high of the move. Then you just check the reaction, right? This is a reaction, as I've already showed you. That was a reaction where you had the alert go off within 1 minute. You are literally down below the level. Well, that's a really nice reaction, right? What is the alternative? The alternative is I have the alert go off and we're trading, $117,000. Well, in that instance, I would have had my alert. I'd have got to my computer. I'd have seen, okay, look, we're trading $117,000. There's no reaction. There's no trade. Likewise, this time I had my alert set and within a minute we're down below the level. So there's clearly been a reaction. So that's what I like to do in these types of scenarios. First of all, just look for a visual reaction, then of course back it up with the order flow. So what I will do is very simple, right? Place an alert. So have the alert set on the point of control. If there's no reaction, then we'll look down towards that value area low, $109,500. These are two very large areas of interest for me. The first has already been hit, and I personally do believe there has already been a long trade given this morning off of a mini range low swing failure pattern. So another really nice strategy that I like to have. That was your first low made, rise. What do you move down to? Swing failure pattern of the low, giving you a mini range low. You ultimately come up to the mini range high. You're now trying to form that higher low for continuation. So, in my opinion, there's already been a very nice long trade given off of this level. So, personally, I have taken that, but, I'm all about now new trade. So in terms of a new trade, if we do get a bigger drop to the downside, those are my two levels of interest. And I will say this, if this support doesn't hold, so if this crucial, massive important support fails, well, that's where we will look for that full-blown reversal, right? This is a idea, fake out the range high, come down to 100K. I'm not saying at this point in time we are going there. I am aware that we absolutely can go $100,000. It's going to take a little bit of time though, but I will also say this, while we are above this crucial support, I am not looking for $100,000. Okay, I'm not looking for it. I have taken along this morning, but if this crucial support fails, that's where I would say, well, there is a massive high probability now of us going to $100,000 or below, right? And I hope that you can it's not that complex really, but I hope you can understand how probabilities work in trading. The probability today of going to $100,000 is still fairly low because why? Well, we're still holding crucial support. If crucial support fails, that means it flips to resistance, and then the probability of going to 100K is greatly increased. And so it's all about probabilities. And at the end of the day, those probabilities are not giving us trade setups. What is giving us trade setups? Well, it's the plans of where we can be looking to take shorts based off of the reactions like yesterday. It's the plan of having an idea where we can take shorts, having an idea where we can take some long trades, right? That's what gives us the trades. Okay, saying, oh, it's unlikely to go to 100K. Well, it doesn't give us a trade. At the end of the day, we're still going to be able to look for shorts. We're still going to be able to look for longs. And I really am kind of sorry if that is confusing to you in some way, but all I can say is you need to keep following along in each video we make, but also just give yourself some education. Come over and take our course. Like, you are going to be able to become an unrecognizable trader from what you are today. Like, if you want the levels of success that we can achieve, like if you want to replicate this and have like massive success, then you need to put in the time to educate yourself. I didn't get this good at trading through luck. This is not luck. This is years upon years of dedication. And so if you want to be making these epic predictions, epic trades, massive profits, well, you're going to have to learn how to do it, right? It's not going to be, you're not going to just do these types of trades and put no work into it. It really is as simple as that. And I want you to do well, but I can only do half the job. I can share my information, yes, but I need you to listen and learn from that. And that means you are going to need to do 80% of the work now. And that is absorb, listen, learn, and then execute, right? Really. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed that a little bit. I've got one really quick announcement, by the way, and this is a very cool one, and that is now Chart Champions does have a merch store. So people have wanted this for like over 5 years, requesting this, and now we finally do have one. So we got Christmas jumpers, we got very really nice professional, little polo shirts here, hoodies, zip pullovers, swimming shorts, the whole range of the. I really like the Fibonacci hoodies. We got meme tops, water bottles, hats, mouse pads, mugs, the whole the whole shebang. So if you're interested in the merch store, yeah, you can get this over on us. Oh, look at this, by the way. Look at this. This is an epic football top. Look at this. The candles on the football shirt. So yeah, I personally absolutely love all of the things that we've created here. But yeah, if you're interested in that, just wanted to make you aware we do now have the merch store. So that leads me to a summary as we start to wrap up the video. Point number one, I remain super bullish as always on the stock market. I just have to say that stock market for me, easiest market to be bullish on in the world. I am a massive bull. Two, gold, in my opinion, came down to significant support levels around that $3,900 zone. And that for me equals long opportunity. So yeah, we had a massive sell-off in gold. For me, that came down to big opportunity of support. I remain bullish as always on the stock market. Bitcoin, I personally still believe that this is a crucial level of support, which if held, we can push up to new highs. So I am definitely not ruling out new highs. You know, I would like to see new highs, right? So, but understand, if we are to see new highs, which would be great, this support zone needs to hold. If this support zone fails, very likely we are going to see brand new lows towards where $100,000 or below. So you really need to truly understand that. Okay. So yeah, that is my analysis. That is my thought process. I will give you the same offer as always. If you smash that like button and we get over 5,000 likes, I will do a live trading stream. I will go live and just simply load up the charts, load up a real trading account and trade it. Okay. So yeah, this video, I know will get over 10,000 views. So 1 in 2 people just need to hit the like button, show some love. And hey, I'll do a live trading stream. If it doesn't reach that, well, I'm going to do a stream today anyway for the champion members. I'm going to do a live stream around New York Open today, where I'm going to be going through altcoins. So if you're interested in altcoins setups, you know, exactly what I'm looking for in the altcoins, then today for the champion members, that's what I'm going to be doing, an altcoin stream. So yeah, if that's of interest to you, you know, you can get that later today. And of course, all of our videos, if you miss them live, it's much like watching Netflix. You can always watch the video back on demand via a Netflix style video. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, final words, the market is anything other than random. The market is actually very, I want to say predictable. It just trades truly technical. And that's what we love as traders. There's no 100% win rates. We're not winning every single trade. We're not trading perfectly. Sometimes we will mess up, you know, but in the long term, we're all about consistency. And that's what we do here at Chart Champions. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much. That's me signing out. Goodbye.